Hello everyone, hola mi gente. This is going to be my review of the Lethal Gaming Gear Saturn Pro Red 500 by 500 millimeters. As you can see, the size is absolutely insane. It's 500 by 500. Me as an arm aimer, I do appreciate the extra size on this for my desk. This is what it looks like with red. This is the Pulsar X Lite. And of course, white mouse, nice contrast with it. This is a very balanced control pad. Now with the treatment of Poron, it makes it more squishy, so you can put your arm down and you have better control. I do have the original Saturn. I'm going to bring it out for you right now. It is also a 500 by 500. And this was originally my main for cloth and slow control pad. This size is perfect for the original, but I wouldn't say it's the same for the Pro. Let me explain why. With the original, since it is more of a mid, barely has any squish to it because obviously it is not a Poron. When you push down your arm to try to control when you're aiming, following somebody, there is no slowdown obviously because it's a mid. So with me as an arm aimer, with this being a 500 by 500, when I push my arm down, there's no slowdown. So I appreciate the extra amount of space that I have to move my arm. With the Saturn Pro, if it'll focus here, obviously because it is 3.5 millimeters and it does have that Poron squish base to it, I can definitely feel my arm pushing down more, so I have more control. So what I would do with the original Saturn, when I move my arm left to right all the way to aim, on this one, I don't need that because this, I push my arm down and it automatically slows it down. So I think next time I would probably just go with the 490 by 420. As you can see, the stitching is below the surface as compared to the Artisan. You can barely feel them on your arm when you're moving. So they definitely did a very good job with this stitching. It is on par, if not better, as you can see. Fantastic job. For the games that I use this pad for, Apex is my main one because I can definitely track and flick better, knowing that I have all this control. For something like Valorant, this is definitely good as well. Although I do prefer a little bit faster pad for that, and especially Overwatch. I definitely prefer something a little bit faster for that game mode, especially when you have to go up and down in terms of how fast the characters are moving in that video game as compared to Apex Legends. Since it is a cloth pad, of course, when you drop liquids or foods on it, it might stick, just like a t-shirt, it's nothing crazy. But if you do want to clean this pad, the best method is the Boardsy method, which you can find on YouTube. He basically uses a spray can of Lysol, just sprays it on, and a microfiber cloth, and just wipes whatever needs to be clean on it. I don't know how it would be with stains. That one you might have to use warm water and soap, lightly scrub it with a microfiber towel, try to get that stain out. But it's just something to keep in mind of when you're trying to watch this pad. In terms of stopping power compared to the original, I would say it definitely has more control because you can push your arm in. And in terms of abrasiveness, I think it is more smooth than the original as well. So for me, when it comes to using an arm sleeve, which I normally use when I'm playing the game, with this, I don't really need to use it because it's that smooth and that soft. And a couple questions that I had for Lethal, of course, were if the stitching was the same, the Poron was the same, as well as the different colors, whether the black and red would be different. And I can confirm the black and the red are the same. They do not have different feeling. However, different batches of the same fabric can have a slightly different feel, which is known as a batch variance. So this might feel different from what you have because of the color, but it all in all, it should be the same thing. I would say if this is your main pad or the original Saturn is your main pad and you're going to be using it for extended amount of time because you know that this is what you appreciate, this is what you like, I would definitely say get the Pro because this is what you're going to get used to and conform to, especially with the stitching and the smoothness of the pad and the pour-on base sticking to your desk, it's going to be much better, a fantastic experience. Although, like I said, keep in mind a 500 by 500, even though it's the same size as my other one, I do prefer to have a smaller just for the Pro because I don't need this extra size because I can push my arm in. I do want to thank Lethal Gaming Gear for sending this pad out for review. I highly recommend it. Go out and get yours. If you're definitely into control pads and you need something smooth that can track much better than whatever you're using now, highly recommend this pad. There's no other comparison to an Artisan Zero than this right here. Smooth, doesn't trap hair, sticks to your desk, 3.5 millimeter thickness. It's fantastic. I highly recommend it. Go get yours. Thank you, Lethal, for sending this out. This is my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask down below. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitch and all these other social medias. I'm the same name everywhere. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Peace.
W kill. W.